Greetings, Earthlings. Buenos dias. Hola. How is everybody? Welcome to today's update. My name is Mr. E, and we are here to look at some charts because that's what we do here. Thanks for tuning in today, everybody. I'm going to start it off a little different today. This chart here is Cardano against Bitcoin. I was just poking around and this kind of jumped out at me, so I figured, why not put it on YouTube for the entire cosmos to see? So what's really interesting here is we have a pretty hefty divergence. You can see we have a low and a lower low, then we have a low and a higher low, and all three of these levels are pretty low. You can see this lowest one here is at 10.87. Now, in order for this divergence to be negated, we would have to get a lower reading on the RSI than 10.87, which is statistically pretty low. That's actually the lowest it's ever been on this chart by a long shot. So this is just interesting, definitely noteworthy statistical outlier like that, and then you see some divergence forming in a area with some price history. This could be a potential spot to see a reversal or turnaround. It's a little early to say. Again, this really depends on if we're completely out of the bear market or not, or if we continue sideways. Again, anything can happen here, but this is definitely something to look for in the charts because these can lead to some big moves. You can see we got a low, lower low, higher low, so this is essentially an inverse head and shoulders formation. We got some volume coming in, not much compared to historical times, so that's something. Would like to see the volume spike up to really kick this off and get a strong move up. So that is something to keep an eye on. Another reason I was eyeing this up is if you take a look at this chart over here, this is the Bitcoin dominance. If you don't know what this is the percentage of the market cap that is held in Bitcoin. And you can see we're coming to the top of this range here right now. And this is a good signal that there is the possibility that this comes down and would give altcoins a chance to run a little bit if Bitcoin holds its bull market structure. That's the big if there. If Bitcoin breaks some key levels, specifically the 21 EMA and the last higher low, then altcoins historically have not performed well in those type of situations, and I don't really see any reason why they would do so if that were to happen. So the key here, Bitcoin shows strength and this chart goes down, there's a good chance we could have some action with the altcoins. I don't pay attention to too many of them as most of them go to zero. But there's a few, the top 4 or 5 that are can be interesting, useful for certain purposes. This is not financial advice. This is for educational purposes. So let's take a look at some other charts here. We're back on the 12 hours. The chart, I extended this parabola a little bit. You can see price is just still kind of hanging out inside there. Our MACD printed white, lighter shade of red, which means it's closing up a little bit. 12 hour stochastic, we got a cross up. If we take a look at this on some smaller time frames, let's see what our stochastics are doing. 4 hour is up, 6 hour up, 12-hour fresh cross up, 18-hour cross up, daily coming down, got a little slope change, little pivot right here, shows a little bull action coming in. 2-day down, we'll see if these can break these 80 level. 3-day flattening out a little sideways action. Again, we didn't even get close to the 100 level here, so little trick I like on the stochastic RSI. I like to put the 100 line up here and see how close we get to it. You can see it touches it sometimes, but not all the time. And that's just another measure of strength, momentum. How close did these lines come up to this 100 level? Did it touch it? Did it stay there for a while? Did it not even get close? Did it just bounce right off and come down? Double tops. It's just another level of information to extract from here if you play around with it, and that works on any time frame. If you look at then we're on the 4 hour, you can see we got a few touches at the 100. Got one right here, came back down, another one here, a few here. So this is a really strong bull momentum in the market. It's just another way to look at this. Anyway, continuing on, 3-day down, 4-day, just trying to get over the 80, 5-day, little down, 10-day, weekly is up, 2-week, kind of going sideways, 3 weeks, starting to curl over, but our monthly is still up. So 4 hour, essentially same thing, pretty much just sideways. This is our support. I had a little run up today. I believe it was an inside bar on the daily candle. Yep. So inside bar there. MACD bear cross on the daily. You can see we got a red here, cross down. So essentially same thing, just kind of trucking along sideways. Check our little hypothetical short trade. RSI is still in this downtrend channel. 4 hour MACD trying to bull cross up below the 0 line. See how that plays out. So our trade is still in effect. See how this plays out. Again, bulls stepped in a little bit today. We'll see if they can switch things around, or if we're just gonna continue down and or sideways. Another chart I was looking at, this could easily morph into this. We're on the daily here. This could turn into a descending triangle, which break to the downside more often than not. You can see the volume kind of decreasing. And that's just a couple other looks at the market, at the Bitcoin. We've got the ADX and DI here up on this chart. This Bitcoin on the weekly, the index. This is an indicator called Wave Trend by Mr. Lazy Bear, who was kind enough to share it with everybody. This is a cool little indicator. I like this. So this histogram here is similar to the MACD as it measures the distance between the two lines. So when this is highly open, wide, that means there's a lot of momentum. You can see here this momentum is kind of slowing down as these lines are closing up a bit. Our ADX, the green is still on top, showing the bulls are in control. I'd like this white line to come on up a little to get this trend in a little bit more of a trending situation. So we got a good low here, higher low, one or two higher lows more in a row, and breaking this $30,000 level would be the next step for the Bitcoin and the bull market to continue. And that is about it for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I was told, not to do the little ditty songs anymore, but you know what? I if I feel like doing it, I'm going to do it. And, you know, if people don't like it, that's just, well, there's lots of music on the internet. Anyway, this is Mr. E. Thank you for tuning in. Wherever you are in the world, in the universe, in the cosmos, have a beautiful day, and I will see you tomorrow.